Hello everyone, I am the Halfwit Brit and this is Manor Lords, and I have quite a few things on the agenda today. Lots of little bits that just need taking care of. For example, here in Middleton we need to get the final development point. For us, I think we're going to invest that into orchards. Originally I was going to do it in one of the trades. I don't know, we'll see what happens once we get it, but we only need to upgrade I think 3 houses. That's quite an easy one to take care of, and we'll do that pretty quickly I think. Also, over in Mintingham, things are going okay over here. We are approaching harvest season, and as Steely Glint pointed out, it is quite laborious doing farming stuff, and we're going to do it twice because we obviously have 2 regions covering this. However, I've just dropped in some burgage plots over here because we just need a few more extra hands. We're sort of fine for food over here, but we kind of want to work on the trade a little bit more, so we'll kind of have a look at it. Nothing major. Probably just a few more like trading posts and things like that, just to get some stuff moved around and sold on. And in our other regions, again, it's just a little bit of expansion. I think this is Saltburn. Again, we have access to apples over here. I just feel like all we need to do is get more burgage plots with more orchards on them, just so we can kind of transport that about. And we sort of need to look at the salt and meat issue we have over here. I say issue. It's more about getting the production really underway and getting that stuff exported out to where we need it to. There's only about 3 more regions left for us to conquer. And to be fair, the last fight wasn't much of a fight, so the more retinue we get, the better we're going to be. But I'm not going to push too rapidly towards that just yet. We do have plenty of things to do. And hopefully there's a new patch coming soon. I've seen a few mentions of a new map and a few other little bits, but nothing kind of confirmed. And if we kind of get to the end of this series before that comes out, then I think Planet Coaster 2 is coming. I haven't bought it yet, but I liked Planet Coaster 1 quite a lot, so either we'll just switch completely or I'll just kind of mix some different videos in, because I feel like, well, pretty much all I've done, with the exception of a kind of a small smattering of Banished, is just play Manor Lords since I've done this channel. And it'd be nice to add some variety, I think. But anyway, let's crack on with our first task. So in Middleton, like I said, we need, yeah, definitely 3 more burgage plots. So for level 3, I was just going to say, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. We're probably going to go upgrade these ones here. There's nothing. Yeah, I was just sort of looking around the town. We could potentially squeeze some in here just to sort of box off this area. Maybe that would make sense. But that being said, did I just ask them to build some plots over here? I did, so we're probably not going to get very far with that straight away. Let me just see. Yeah, planks. We need to sort of look at this. So we do have someone in the logging camp. They do have an ox, and they're currently felling a tree, so they're doing what they need to do. We have an ox assigned to the saw pit as well. Okay, and that one is working. The forester's hut is also working. Let me just double check what sort of region. Yeah, they're doing a huge area. Let me check my logging camp as well. Yeah, pretty much the same. Cool. Well, I guess we're not going to box that one off straight away. I thought we would be onto that pretty quickly. Just looking at the situation with the fields, looking good. I guess the only thing over here, I'm just like from a meat point of view, I don't know if I put more pastures in and get more sheep, whether our production of meat will go up any quicker. I still quite can't wrap my head around how this works. You'd assume, so if we look up, where are we? We have 90 sheep, 65 lambs. It depends how many lambs are born per year per sheep, I guess is the question. So if I had like 1,000 sheep, would I obviously produce a lot of meat because there'd be a lot more lambs? I don't know. And that kind of frustrates me a little bit because I'm not sure. The only way to find out would be to test it, and maybe that's something we'll do. But we'll see how many sheep we can buy and not slaughter the sheep. Just see how much meat we get off the back of the lambs. Quite literally off the back. So we have some burgage plots here, as I said, so we'll leave them be for now. We're in June. Probably as soon as it's switched to August, or maybe even a little bit before, that one's pointless completely there, we'll get the harvest underway. But with that being said, I think we'll go for the easiest option then. So we're currently on 3 months of fuel. I think we sort of dealt with that in the last one. Yeah, we put a couple of people in this at Woodcutter's Lodge. Just double check. because we have plenty of trees, as we can see here. So we'll do that. We've got no one in either of those foresters' huts. To be fair, I'm actually tempted. Let's just move that a little bit further south, because there's plenty of trees there. Problem ID 31. Huh. Never seen that one before. That one's a new one on me. Logging camp doesn't need anybody in there. Well, we'll leave one for the time being, I think. Stonecutter camp. Is that gone? Okay, the problem ID has disappeared. Didn't last very long. But we'll get some more burgage plots in. I think some of these trees as well. Now, yeah, you can see the lovely green apples on these trees. So these ones are a little bit more mature. It obviously does take some time. And I'm not too sure about the honey, but I think that is also building up. There is the option over here as well, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there is some Emma here. And I was thinking about it, but I think we'll just focus on apples. We can most certainly import bread if we need it, but I think we'll just do something like this. And again, we'll give them a little bit of space, something like that. I think we could go for larger ones, but depends what the guys are doing, because if they're distracted by other things, it's not going to work. And I've just completely blocked that off there. Well, that's a bit of a pain. Not the end of the world, but still a bit of a pain. We have the stream on this side, so how about... well, let's try that again. If we go... let's see what kind of space we got going on here. Might go something like that. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, like that, I think. And obviously, when we do stuff like this, more people is more mouths to feed. But if these are producing enough apples, and these are level 1, how much storage do they currently have? They have 37. They do have the little extension. Be interesting to see if we get any notifications for pantry full during the harvest season. I'm going to assume the same here. Requirements not met. Okay, so what's your problem? Clothing and food. Interesting. Let's have a quick look, because we are obviously, yeah, it's variety of food, isn't it? So we have berries, meat, bread, honey and apples. I mean, quite sausages even. They've got quite a bit of variety. Clothing, yeah, that could be an issue. That's going to be a trade issue. We don't produce anything over here. Oh. Now, we wasn't anticipating that, but I'll pause the game straight away. Can't remember if we were trading these things. In fact, we probably weren't. Where is the pack station? We are sending salt to receive yarn. Right. So that would be the other thing that we're receiving. Anyway, let's have a quick nosy. Where are they? Enemy unit has been spotted. Question is where are you going? And I can't even see you. Let's unpause a second. There we go. So, some bandits, and it looks like they're heading towards Saltburn. Now, that'll be interesting. Thankfully, most of my troops are based in Middleton. So, we can probably deal with this fairly simply, he says. Famous last words. Yeah, Middleton. And this shouldn't impact, actually, my harvest season, should that kind of happen to take place at the same time. Middleton, perfect. See, this is a good thing about having all your army centralized. Ooh, Hofstetten, I need to replace some of those retinue. I don't know if we're going to need those, but Saltburn, we can get those troops ready. I think, yeah, they're based there, so we'll just say next door. I think, can we fix this issue? I think we probably can. Yep. And now we've recruited them, I think we will just go straight for the cheap upgrade. Okay, all done. Well, to be fair, whoops, we'll probably actually ask those guys to come along as well. Why not? There we go, job done. And just sort of thinking about over here while we're at it, we do need some more people. We've got plenty of food and we've got plenty of firewood, so let's just plan in some extra burgage plots. This region's very, very steep. But if we've got the logs to do so, or the timber... Right, so we need 18, we currently have 11, so who have we got working on that? Nobody. There we go. There's our problem. So let's get that going. I like how that has decided to stay behind. Hopefully that will remind me later on down the line. So I think they're definitely heading this way. They are. Perfect. And as we can see, as the camera jerkily sort of moves in, we've got all of our troops running along. Why are they running? Did I ask you to run at some point? We don't want you completely knackered by the time you get there. Stop running, please. So you shouldn't be running. Is run kind of the default thing? Stop running! I order you, stop running. What are you doing? Okay, you're still running, but I've asked you to stop. Well, whatever. They're going to get there pretty quickly. And where are the ones over there? You're pretty far away, so we'll drag you over here as well. Perfect. And if we can grab... You get... Wow, look how spread out they are. My goodness. We'll send you there as well. I'm going to venture a guess they'll get attracted to these guys first because they're closer. As the rain pours and the trees are also in the way, I can barely see where anybody is. We have one here. There's some lingering around here as well, so I've got to be very careful with my archers here. Is this an archer? Yes, it is. So we'll get these chaps just lined up here behind my retinue, I think. They should be in a reasonably good place. I mean, the land's pretty flat. As you can see, we do have some issues here. What's this effectiveness? Probably because of all the trees and such. And we do have the retinue from Hofstetten. Really need to rename that place. Oh, got to be careful there. Let's have a look-see. So let's realign you. Now these guys are potentially going to have issues there. So if we grab... Oh, right, you guys are going to have to run. I don't want you getting flattened, that's for sure. We'll bring you this way. And to be fair, we'll get you to run as well. This could be a little bit of a sticky situation here, but we'll see what happens. We'll get them to start firing on those. Yeah, they're going for my archers. Oh, there's two of them there as well. Well, hopefully these guys can run quick enough. Yeah, same problem here as well. Run this way, people. I'll send you for them. And we'll put you on... Ooh, balance. Probably stand your ground is probably the best thing. I can't see where them ones are, so that's it. Oh, they're right on us. You can see, look, straight away, we lost someone. But now they're running. They should be okay. We also have this retinue here. Ooh. I tell you something. Archers are absolutely rubbish when it comes to dealing with any kind of fighting. They do get squished pretty easily. You guys come this way, please. So I don't know where the little squadron of people went from there, but we'll make sure that they continue to fire. Aha, balance gained, I think it said there. So are they running? Hopefully they're not after my archers, they're not. Okay, so we've lost a couple of them. I can see the arrows flying in. So we did lose a few troops, unfortunately. Let's see if we can deal with these people here. Oh, back off, back off. Someone's been a bit sneaky there. There we go, and that would be the last one there. I think we'll just send everybody, including the kitchen sink, straight at them. As you can see here, we've got a few line of sight issues. Unfortunately, we did lose a few archers there, which is not kind of what I wanted, but the trees made it really difficult to see what was going on, and that's going to be my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking with it. That's got to be everybody now, surely. And I think the archers may take a moment here to actually kind of get some vengeance on these people as they run off, or maybe not. I mean, I would. Nope. They're not. Okay, anyway, back to the usual programming. So just while we build up our planks over in Middleton so we can get those tier 3 burgage plots done and get that development point that I said was the first thing we were going to do today. Obviously bandits being bandits always kind of get in the way. So I'm going to quickly just kind of sort these fields out. You've seen me do it before. You've probably done it a million times yourself, and it just gets a bit repetitive watching it. I need to micromanage these a little bit better, or so should I say, not micromanaging them, and probably maybe have some seasons with a fallow sort of field somewhere in between, because we will get to a point where we're probably building, not building up, what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to produce probably more than we actually need between the two regions, between here and Diddley Squat. And I think we need to focus more on ale and bread. Again, Steely Glint, I think, mentioned something like that. It makes sense. Each region So this region has a good opportunity to harvest fish and meat. We have apples over in Saltburn, so there's plenty of other ways of producing food. So I think ale is probably going to be the key one in the long run. Well, I finally got that notification. I was wondering if we were going to get pantry is full. That means obviously we're producing a lot of apples. So we definitely need to get the upgrades on these, but we're not going to be able to do that obviously until we resolve some of the issues. The clothing supply seems to be the one. And you can see we've got yarn, we've got most of the stuff. It looks like to me we could do with some more yarn, so I could probably deal with that pretty quickly. Right, while the rain is pouring, as you can see, we're now in September. I'm going to start upgrading some of these to a level 3. Well, it helps if I actually click on the button. There we go. There's 1, 2, and hopefully we got what we need to do the third. Oh, come on, would you? Short of a little bit of timber. Let me just... Potentially, we've got a few people spare. I may just put an extra family in the logging camp. That may be enough just to get us over the line. I feel like it's just going to be one of those things where we finally get to the end of the episode and may have actually done the upgrade that we need. How are the houses going on over here that we put in? Yeah, some of these are built as well. That's given us some extra workers as well, which we sorely need. See, we've got some sausages to export there by the looks of it, and quite a few. We've got some ale coming in too. The farmers over here, well, a bit of an ale crisis. There's always an ale crisis. They've completely cleared the fields. They're in the process of ploughing, and hopefully they'll get everything done. I think I'm asking too much of them currently. So as you can see, it's now October and I don't even think they've planted a single field. So I may kind of go through these and do the crop rotation and drop in a fallow season just to give them a little bit of a fighting chance, because they are really struggling unless I seriously micromanage it and start saying, well, this one's the highest, do this one first. They don't do very well with it, unfortunately. I'd say it's very, very labor intensive. And how are we getting on in a diddly squat? Well, looks like they've planted 2 fields here. We're in the process of ploughing another and another and another. And these are all pretty much barley, I think. Barley, 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 wheat. They may, if we're lucky, finish things off in time. I might actually just tell them to leave that one fallow, actually. Assuming that ox should then... How many fields did I ask him to plant? Okay, but that will get that done. Do you know, I may actually leave that fallow as well. I don't want to ask them to do too much. It's just not going to work. And I want those families, as soon as this field's sort of ploughed, to jump straight on there and actually get some seed sown. At least the sun's come out as well. That's always a positive sign. There we go. And then we can build up the barley over here, which we can either turn into ale ourselves, or we can trade it and then trade it back. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Things are kind of going the way I expect them to, but at the same time not. But there's a minimal amount of frustration. There we go. Level 3. Thank you very much. But I'm more than happy. It's a lot of the problems I'm having are problems I create myself, obviously. Over here, oh, we have. Gee, they were poor a second ago. I was trying to put the orchards on these ones, and we didn't have any cash. And the next thing you know, we're flush. I think we're selling salt over here. They could be that. In fact, let's have a nosy. It will tell us, won't it? Trade, exports. So tile. Ooh. Oh, this is all time. Okay, in the last 30 days. So we've actually sold some yarn. That's probably not a good thing. And also salt. Wait a minute, is that why we're having issues? Are we selling all the yarn that we have? Can we upgrade you yet? Oh, we can. There we go. Level 2. Perfect. Let's get that in quickly. And we'll do the same here. Obviously, even though you have the extension, you need the additional storage space. You're just never going to cope. And these are quite small, in comparison to some of the other ones. Diddly squat, no storage space. Woodcutter's Lodge. Yeah, we can deal with that too. Let's get all those in before the winter months start, and we don't want to lose any of our apples. Was it woodcutter? I think it was. My goodness. Firewood, yes indeed. We have 12 months worth of fuel, and you are not... Wait, do we have a firewood store? We do. I'm going to venture a guess. Ooh. We need to upgrade that as well. That's probably what it is. The storehouse isn't quite big enough. We'll get another family also in that large granary. That makes a lot of sense. I can see that we actually have some barley in there as well, which again is a fantastic thing. How are these guys getting on? They've almost finished that field. That one they've not done yet. They've not done that one either. Okay, so a little bit of patience is needed, I think. Winter is approaching as the locusts of people. I don't know. I always call them locusts because when there's so many of them, it's just ridiculous. And they're kind of working their way across. So hopefully, let's have a quick look. What have they done so far? Can I see much? Looks like some of them have been done. Yeah, some of the ones over here have been done. That one's been done by the looks of it. Oh no. Plowing progress 85%, but yet it's saying over here, what is going on there? Okay, there's some weird issues. Yeah, oh right, we are still plowing. Well, that sucks. Yep, I definitely need to go with some fallow fields here. It's just not going to work. We may actually remove some of these fields, potentially, and get some more sheep, because I think that's probably one for the next episode. Let's see how many sheep we can get and how much meat we start to produce. Like a bit of an experiment. We're not going to kill the sheep, just the lambs. And we'll see how that works for us. But we're fine for food over here. I'm not panicking. We've recovered from the droughts. So that's one positive thing. We've got families that have moved into some of these here. Yep, perfect. How are my upgrades going? These are always super slow, but most of the way there. We'll get that development point, which is something I wanted. We've got the orchards in, or at least in the process of. Oh, yep, no, they've done them. That we wanted here. So I'll give you an example of the pantry. So this house has the extension here, and you can see 37. This one doesn't have the extension. It's 25. Initially that's going to be fine because they're not going to get very many apples. Level 2, level 1. Did I not upgrade you? We'll do it now. But you'll see the difference with a level 2 if I can find one. There you go, 50. So yeah, that's quite the jump, and it'll be a little bit more if it's got the housing extension, so we should be fine with that. Excellent. Over here, I spoke, it was burgage plots we were going to do, wasn't it? So let's see how we are now. Can we get quite a few in? Now food is not an issue here, so I'm quite happy with that. I want the additional back garden space. Ooh, wait a minute, we could. Do you know what? I'll keep that for veggies. I think that makes sense. We'll drop that in because we have meat and we're going to go down the wait a minute, can we do that thing for the policy? Where is it? Wild animals on rich deposits breed twice as fast. Boom. Yes, I forgot about that. We have that. So we definitely need more hunters over here as well. So we're going to have no issues with food here. Veggies, berries. We could even make the sausages here as well. And that will be the bell chiming for November. Oh dear, the years are flying by. And there we go, they've managed to plant all of those with barley. Should I take the people out of there? I'm going to take a few of them out. I'm going to leave them out for the time being, and we can use them for other little things that we need to do. So the large granary, yeah, we were fine with that, weren't we? I think we've just done the large storehouse. We'll chuck an extra family in there. Perfect. Do we have... Yes, we do have a tannery, so that is also working. Now we need to think about ale, obviously. That's something we can make. I was tempted to just export the malts, but I think, to be fair, we may just actually just brew the beer here, and then we can use it as a trade. I don't know. I'm sort of thinking back over what I want to say about this being the central hub. There's nothing wrong with that, and I wanted most things processed here. Current way the kind of trade system works, unless this region, I mean, we've got basically no money up here if you look, but if we had like a million coin, we could just buy everything in and then do whatever with it. But we're going to have to be a little bit more smart with it, I think. I could potentially make the sausage. In fact, the sausages don't even make sense there. It would be over in... We need a word. I wonder what the German word for sausage is. Or is it Bratwurst? Maybe that's the word. This is going to be the region that actually makes sense to make sausages. You've got the wild animal rich resource. You've got the salt. So they could make sausages and sell that, but then buy ale from next door. And I did want it all to go through here. I just don't know if it's going to be possible unless this area is insanely rich in order to buy the final goods. So for example, we could buy, whoop, there we go, a bit of a stutter. We could buy the barley, say from Diddly Squat, and turn that into malt here, and then turn that into ale and then trade it out. Or we could just buy the malt and then obviously make ale from that. And there's a process there, but then will this region be able to afford to do that? So I feel like this region should make its own malt, so its own ale, but then it could trade across here. Do we have a malt house? I feel like maybe I thought about it. Let me slow the game down a second. Tannery Weavers. I feel like we did, or maybe I was thinking about doing it and I didn't get around to doing it. I think that's why these are here, because we had, I think we might just be importing it. It could be that we're importing malt. That's ale. Would it be under food? Or is it going to be under commodities? What would malt be under? Crafting materials. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so we're not even trading that in. So are we literally just buying ale? Is that how we're... Yeah, full trade. There we go. So we must be buying it in. Then I've got breweries over here, so... Sure I do. Brewery. I'm confused. I've done so... Oh, the barter state. There we go. The pack stations. Losing the plot completely. Here we go. So they're sending meat for firewood. Malt for wooden parts. There we are. Yeah, and there we go. Now I'm understanding what I'm doing. I didn't play the game for a week and not slept much in the last few weeks either, so I think my brain's just completely fried, but that makes a little bit of sense. So, do I just make ale here as well? And then I've already got the buildings for it. Oh, so many questions. What I am interested in though, how many of these fields did they actually manage to deal with? And to be fair, actually,
step right up and sample.
It looks, to my surprise, like they managed to do them all after me doubting them. Wow, actually, it looks like they have. Well, there you go. Don't doubt your people, because they've clearly managed to get it all done. I'm quite surprised at that. Anyway, how are we getting on here with these upgrades? Speaking of doubting, so we are just waiting for this one. And all we're waiting for is a couple of planks and some tiles, and we should get that final development point. I am so tempted, so tempted to do apples, and I know a few people may say that I should go with better deals. Reduces all foreign import tariffs by half. You see, this is importing. I don't want to import, I want to export. So for me, this one doesn't make sense. I need to do some research on this, I think. I need to figure out if that works on exports as well, because if it does, then it makes sense to do it. If it doesn't, I mean, I've got two options really, apples or sheep breeding, but then I've not got the policies for meat, so we're not going to get as much meat. So then potentially orchards make a little bit of sense over here, because it's just another food type and it'll stop us starving over here as well. And it also means it's something we could trade out through the other regions, even though Saltburn obviously does have access to what's going to be a ridiculous amount of apples once it's finished. How much storage do we have here now? We have 75, so it's an extra 25 over the standard level 2, so that will probably help a little bit. Excellent, so we've achieved that, and that was done. What did we want to do over here? Just refresh my memory. Oh yeah, we wanted more houses so we can take more advantage of the meat over here as well. So we wanted more hunters. Yep, that makes sense. We're not even mining the salt yet, so that is another thing. So we're in the process there. Excellent. This area, we've upgraded what we need to. We have a malt house under construction. The farming side of business in Diddly Squat is coming along nicely. We're going to have quite a bit of barley here. I mean, that one's got 89. The other ones are not showing any numbers currently, which is a little worrying. And we've managed to farm over here. We've also obviously put the extra houses in, which I need to just take a quick look at, because we were going to put some pigs in here. This region is going to produce a lot of meat in the long run. Wow, what's going on? That's not even been built yet. So these guys are slacking. And we'll get animal pens in those last two as well. Perfect. Job done. Yeah, we're going to have tons of meat over here. I think I do need to switch to making ale over here as well, because they are struggling a little bit, as you can see. What is the malt house actually doing? These things, I don't know. I think they don't work very well at all. What have we got in our granary? We've got 6 malt. So we need a storehouse, don't we, for the malt? It could be something to do with that. Yeah, it's not a lot going on with that regard. Large granary. We've got 2 granaries over here. No, barley does go in there, so that is in the right place. Okay. 112. Yeah, they're just not very efficient. I am tempted to put another malt house in. I think. We'll pause the game. The most obvious place would be somewhere here. Can I not get that in? Am I going to have an issue with my windmill? Can I not sneak that in there? Oh, come on. Don't be mean to me. Okay. Not enough goods. We're not chopping trees down anymore. Did we quit doing that? It's quite possible, to be fair. They've turned so many buildings off. There we go. Put 2 families in there and we'll get that fixed. And there we go. Finally, we got that final point. I'm going to leave that one. And just for those of you that managed to watch to the end, just want to know, just to save me some effort, is that only on imports or does that work on exports? Because if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for orchards. Because that makes sense to me on some level. We are having quite a few families moving over here, so as long as we've got the coin, which we currently don't, we could definitely get some more orchards in. Honestly, this area is going to have so many apples. And have we had any families moving in here over? Yeah, we have one there. Perfect. We have a little bit of coin over here as well. All we've been selling is firewood, to be fair. Although, we could do with some chickens, maybe, just for the eggs. But we'll go with veg garden, since we made them a little bit longer. And we can also get ourselves some more hunters, because that is what we said we would do. That's all part of our plan. Where is our current hunter? Where can I see it? Oh, there it is. We could technically put 2 families in there, couldn't we, really, thinking about it? I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but we could do it. And I think that is a good place to call this episode. We're in a reasonably good place. In fact, speaking of which, we'll get the barley processed. Sorry, not the barley. What's it called? Oh, grain. Grain is gone. Oh, it is barley. We'll get the barley processed into some malt and get that going. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where we got to. We got the development point we set out to. We had a good harvest in Mintingham. We've managed to get some more orchards. Oh, look, see, they made some money. In Saltburn, we've got some barley fields set up here. And we're also in the town that we need to rename. Is it Hofstetten? Be in. Yeah, Hofstetten. Don't even know why I zoomed out. It does say at the top of the screen. But we've started to get the labour we need over here to really take advantage of this. This sausage country, as it's going to be. I could call it Lincolnshire, actually. Lincolnshire is sausage company, sausage country in the UK, so that may make some sense. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.